Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Just gave you a shot of our EOS San Diego #1 hat that my son ordered some hats, so I want to show it to you. He wanted me to wear it, but I thought it'd be easier if I just showed it to you because it's kind of hard to read, especially from the camera that I'm using. So EOS San Diego #1. We are block producers, and we would appreciate your vote. I think we're always around 1 million. Sometimes we've been up to 2 or 3 million, but right now we're at 1 million, and we would appreciate you to vote EOS San Diego 1. Block producers are starting to get rearranged. I see a lot of the exchanges as block producers right now. But if you would vote EOS San Diego #1, I'd really appreciate it. I do stay in contact with the community every single night. I am 100% pro EOS. We are building on the channel. I mean, building on the platform, the challenge application, and we put a lot of work and time into it. So if you could just vote for us, we'd really appreciate it. We're a long way from the top 21, but we'd like to get somewhere at least in the top 90, if that's possible. That'd be nice. We'd like to just move up a couple, maybe 20 or 30 spots. So if you could help us do that, I'd really appreciate it. And of course, if you vote EOS San Diego #1, you will know everything going on from the block producer point of view, and I will give you 100% full disclosure because I'm on this channel every single night, and I stay in contact with people. So what I want to talk about tonight, and of course the last couple nights, I have had negative titles about EOS, and I've got a lot of feedback, but the title itself was negative, but not the message. The message is still very, very positive. The titles were more or less just letting people know frustration, or letting people know a little bit, the reality of it, and the reality of kind of the way I was thinking during the past couple of days. And of course, I've had some interesting comments. One comment was that, and I thought it was really good, that the guy said actually maybe the announcement could have been something else, but got changed at the last minute. So they just they announced they were going to announce the voice along with some other partnership or something else, but maybe they delayed it a little bit, or maybe they thought maybe it wasn't, something happened right at the last moment and they didn't make that announcement. But I think there's big announcements to come, and I think there's more stuff to come. So I think I'm very, very positive about the future, and I'm not negative at all about EOS. I've always been 100% positive about it. And like I say, we're heavily invested in it, and we're building on the platform. We're building an application that should be ready to go very soon. I think a couple nights ago I put our layout and our designs and our logic up, and of course if you want to go to the challenge Telegram, you can read everything we're doing. We're totally upfront about what we're doing, and we're letting you know what's going on, and we're letting you know where we're at in development, and we are very close to releasing, I think, one of the best apps running on a blockchain today, if not the best app running on a blockchain today. So anyway, what I want to talk about tonight, I want to talk about Libra a little bit more, because Libra is a huge deal, the Facebook cryptocurrency. And right now, all the Facebook cryptocurrency is a white paper. That's all it is. It's just a white paper, but it's a white paper that is very well done, and it's also a white paper that's been able to. The people that wrote the white paper spent some time looking at it, thinking about it, and coming up with something that was the very best out there. And of course, one of the things they came up with is more or less the validators, or in EOS's case, the block producers. So they didn't go with the Ethereum or Bitcoin proof of work protocol. They went with Dan Larimer's idea of block producers or validators. So that shows you that with all the research and money and best minds going on, they chose Dan Larimer's idea. So actually, that was a very, very favorable thing for EOS to show that EOS's idea of having validators or block producers, people that are already chosen to do the block building or the block producing, or make the blocks, is the concept of the future. It's the concept to go. I mean, that's what Facebook's come up with. Facebook is 2 billion, 3 billion people. Facebook is one of the biggest, most successful businesses in the world. So if they choose proof of stake, the validators, the block producers, you know that's the way to go, not the proof of work. And it's very interesting to me because I love watching Antonopoulos' videos. I think if people are in a blockchain, they love Antonopoulos. I love Antonopoulos too. And when I see a 40-minute Antonopoulos video, I will actually watch the entire 40 minutes. Very rare for me. Most of the time, if I see a 40-minute video, I won't watch the entire video. I'll watch a little bit here, a little bit there, kind of skip around, and won't spend the whole 40 minutes because it takes time. But when I see Antonopoulos' videos, I usually watch the whole 40 minutes. Very entertaining guy, very knowledgeable, loves the blockchain, loves Bitcoin, but he gets it wrong on the proof of stake, proof of work concept. He still believes in proof of work. And proof of work is very limited. Proof of work can't handle a lot of activity. Proof of work, however you want to be as far as a decentralized proof of work just isn't going to be the future. And I think Libra is telling you that. Libra is telling you we're going to have to go with some sort of already selected validator, somebody that can already be doing this without having a contest, as proof of work makes you have a contest to build a block. We have to already pre-choose these people to build blocks. And that's one of the things I think is very positive, especially about EOS. The other thing I want to say tonight about EOS is, yeah, you can be a little bit disappointed that things aren't happening quicker, but then again, look at everybody else. I mean, my good friend Steve brought it out to me tonight. He said, look at Stellar, look at Tron, look at Cardano, look at Ethereum, look where everybody else is at. Look at Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum is pretty much the second best known cryptocurrency out there, and they've been struggling with scalability forever. I mean, they can't figure it out. They just keep coming up with new ideas that never really materialize. They can come up with version 1, version 2, version 3, or wherever they're at, and they just can never get it right. The other blockchains, it's just nothing is really clicking out there very well. The only one that's really clicking very well right now is EOS, and EOS is the one that's progressing, and EOS is the one that's doing something without trying to figure out something before they get it done. EOS has got it all in place. You know, EOS they don't have to fix scalability problems. EOS doesn't have to fix all these other problems with these other blockchains. The other blockchains have infrastructure problems that they haven't worked out yet. I think EOS has pretty much worked out all their infrastructure, all their utility, and got that all pretty much ready to go. So, yeah, you can be a little disappointed in how fast it's happened. But you know what? You can be very, very excited about the fact that they got it up, they got it running, they got it going, and things are happening. They're actually announcing new projects and new ideas that are being built very soon. So yeah, I mean, as far as all that's concerned, EOS is the pick of the litter. I mean, it's the pick of all the different blockchains you can get involved with. Even though, you know, I think Bitcoin is a good store of value, and Bitcoin does compete very well as far as being you know, a store of value and also a safe haven, but not as far as a smart contract platform. Also, the other thing that Libra decided to do is do a smart contract platform, which is right out of the pages of EOS. So when you got the best minds in the world and working very, very hard on it and coming up with the best, latest stuff, they came up with the EOS concept. They came up more closer to EOS than Bitcoin as far as what it is that they're going to release. And make no mistake, Libra is setting the pace for the future. Libra is going after everybody. Libra is going after, they are going to be the future of money. They're going to be the future of currency. And think Amazon's not far behind, Google's not far behind. All these other big companies are right there. The Silicon Valley companies are right there. And they're all going to be making they're all going to be doing a cryptocurrency. Of course, Facebook is the first one to do it. And this is absolutely the future. It has to be the future. It will be the future. There's nothing else. Government currencies are going away. they're just not working any longer. The fiat currency system gig is up. It's been up for a long time. It's been up ever since people understood the Federal Reserve System, ever since G. Edward Griffin's book, Creature from Jekyll Island, which I've talked about on this. Ever since the masses understood the way the central banking system works and the way currencies work and the way governments print money out of thin air. Ever since that was figured out, ever since people understood that. And that has happened really recently with technology and the internet and the ability to disseminate a lot of information over places like YouTube. That's pretty much spelled the end to the banking system. And of course, the banking system had over 10 years to react to Bitcoin, and they haven't been able to come up with anything yet. So yeah, the banking system is pretty much over with. Government currencies are pretty much over with. It's done. It's finished. It's not the future. The future is Bitcoin. The future is EOS. I think the future is the proof of stake concept. Dan Lemmer is absolutely the genius of the way to make this scalable, and that is absolutely the golden key to the future, is scalability. It doesn't matter about how well or how much what you say about the cryptocurrency. If it doesn't handle speed, if it doesn't handle transactions, what good is it? If it if no matter what you think, if it can't handle millions and millions and millions and millions of transactions, it's kind of useless. It's not only kind of useless, it's very archaic and outdated, and it can't be used in a very what's the word? In a very widespread way, or in a very mainstream, or in a way that's that allows for lots of transactions. There's a word I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of it right now. Can't think of it right now, but it is proof of stake, not proof of work. So, and Libra has made that very clear with their white paper. Like I say, it's only a white paper right now, has yet to be built. We don't know what they're going to exactly come up with, but we know that it's going to be some sort of proof, some sort of validator system, some way to validate the block producers or the block people right up front, without going through some sort of like I say, a contest to see who produces the block. So, very telling that Libra did it that way. Telling you right now that the EOS system is a superior system to all the others, and EOS is way far ahead of everybody else, especially in the work in the idea of proof of validators, block producers, and proof of stake. They have absolutely got everybody else pinned against the wall. They have it hands down. So anyway, Libra is telling you what's going on, what's going to happen in the future, and how this is going to work. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.